Hello, welcome to My Life on Paper. I am Brianna, and welcome to Stretch the Sketch, where we all take the same sketch and then we somehow stretch it or we shrink it. I am taking this 12 by 12 layout and I'm going to make it a double page layout, which I love to do. I wanted to show you how I pick my pictures. My girls have grown up with a scrapbooking mom, so they are very good at events with taking lots of pictures. Might be even better at taking lots of pictures more than myself. So this was a tailgating event. This is Jillian, my oldest. This is Meredith, my middle, and that is Eliza, the youngest. And I'm gonna take six of these photos and make them into circles. I'm gonna use my Cricut. I'm gonna kind of scan them and then make them a circular into a circle. And then I'm also going to make, I don't know if I'm going to make circles. Well, I'm going to make a couple circles with my Cricut. I will also use probably punches, which I have as well. I have some Badger paper. Let's get scrapping. So I'm playing along with three things. Not only stretch the sketch, but get in shape with Shannon Blinn. We're using triangles this week. And also Baby Got Scraps with Kristen Crafts. And there will be a list of everyone playing listed below. So here I've already cut out my circles for not only the mats and the pictures, but also the pattern paper. And here are my triangles to embellish. I cut those out with my Cricut as well. The photos gave me a little bit of a hard time, as they always do. It's with the Snap Mat feature, but I usually make the 4-inch ones a little bit smaller than 4-inch because the pictures are 4 inches across. But I did clip off the side of each one of the 4-inch pictures, even though I did make them a little bit smaller. But that's okay. You won't even see it by the time I'm done embellishing. So here I am just moving everything around to I keep looking back at the sketch. Here is where I take my 2-inch circle punch and I'll cut out pieces of this pattern paper, and I'm really looking at what I'm seeing on the pattern paper. And next I'll work on getting all the smaller circles onto the layout that are kind of on the sketch. So I use different size paper punches to get to with both the red and the black, and kind of just scatter them around in a whole bunch of different sizes. This was a pretty fun layout. So the one thing when I get to the end, I wish I would have done was do a little bit of like the packaging technique with some spray or some ink, just doing some mixed media, excuse me, on the background paper before I even started. But I really didn't come to that conclusion until I got everything down. So once I do get everything down, I will then I will do some splatters. So I love using sketches to help get my creativity going. I like to not spend too much time on a layout. That being said, I can spend as much as probably my fastest, 20 minutes might be a really fast one if I have like a pre-done background. But yeah, I can certainly, especially on a 2-page layout, it can certainly sometimes take me a while. So just by using a sketch, I cut that time down immensely because it takes some of the thinking out of it without taking the creativity out of it, if that makes sense. I do use my ATG for a lot of this. When using smaller pieces, I do use my Barely Art glue. I do like that glue because you can use a lot of it, and even if it kind of globs and stuff, it still dries clear and it doesn't affect anything. And I don't always have a rhyme or reason of which adhesive I use. Obviously, which one's more convenient. Smaller pieces, though, I do tend to use the glue, the liquid glue for. The Wisconsin paper I've had for a long time. I know I've mentioned this in other videos where I'm really intentionally trying to use things and not hang on to them. So if there is a point when I ever use this pattern paper up, I'm sure hope I can find a place that provides it again. They're mostly collected from when we had local scrapbook stores, which there's nowhere close any longer. And even if there is, even the ones in Wisconsin, I don't know if they're providing papers like that with a with the college logos and stuff like that. Please check below to see everybody that's playing along with Stretch the Sketch. That is by Janet with Galaxy Girl Creations. Oh, here I have some gems, some red gems that I kind of dot around the page. I will bring out some black ones shortly as well. And the Get in Shape with Shannon Blinn, there is a list of people that are playing along below. And then Baby Got Scraps, there's also a list of everyone playing along with Baby Got Scraps. And not everyone is playing every day. Some people are. Some people like me are just jumping in when they can. Here's the Barely Art with the small tip that you can just get on those all those little spots. Not that you have to get on every single spot, but it just helps it lay down beautifully. I also, once I get the black gems out, they were reduced find at a scrapbook store and they don't have sticky on them, so I will use the glue on them as well. Oop, so I've glued everything down on the right side, so then I'm going over to the left. Everything isn't exactly where I want it, but it's all laid out to the point where that's kind of where I've decided I want it. This picture, because it's flat on the one side, because the Cricut cut didn't I didn't place it in the right spot to get the whole circle. I do line that up with the side so that when I can trim it off, it looks like it was meant to be that way. This gives me a hard time. I'm just trying to get the mat under the photo and the picture over the mat of the one next to it. I kind of have two New Year's resolutions. One being that I'm going to keep track of how many layouts I do because I'm not good at doing that, and I really want to know a number so that I can kind of beat it for next year. Not that it's about speed scrapbooking, but the other one is to use a stamp on every page, and I'm doing very poorly at that. So there are no stamps on this page, but I will have to work harder at that with my other layouts. And I think it was kind of a big goal to set. I probably should have, I don't know what my goal would have been, but to stamp on one a week, two a week, I don't know. I think every day was kind of a lofty goal, but um, it is my intention to try harder to use stamps because this would have been really easy to pull out some stamps and put some probably triangles or circles into the background. That would have been fun. Next time. All right, so I'm still getting things glued down, and there is, a sketch. I'm Although I keep referring to it, it doesn't have to be exact. So some of it is where things are placed in the sketch. Some of it is just what looks good on the paper. So I don't think I've really said it yet, but next month is Follow a Sketch February of Scrapping Reflections. And it is a sketch every day for the month of February. Guys, I would love to do that every day, but the following is Chrissy's Beautiful Life in her 30 days of sketches in March, and I know I've got all my pictures ready to go. So I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to do that for 2 months, but I don't know. I'd like to give it the best try. Sometimes when I kind of think I might do something like that, I put pressure on myself, and I don't want to do that. So be watching for lots of videos coming up in February with lots of different sketches. It'll be really, I'm excited. There'll be a lot of people playing along, and it'll be fun to see. So here I am still gluing all the pieces down. It's a 2-page layout, so it does take me some time to get both sides down. I do end up also making a title on my Cricut. Because it was a 2-page layout and it was taking me longer than normal, I went with a super simple title, and there it is, Game Day. There was another one I was looking at on the Cricut, and it was more like layers and different pieces, and I just went with Game Day because it said what I wanted it to say, and it was quick and easy. Here I'm gluing down those black gems that are no longer sticky, just to give it some more interest around the page. I'm gonna take that same Barely Art glue to get my title down, and I think, oh no, I forgot about this. Okay, so I just take my pen that I use for journaling, and I just did some doodles because you can see that on the sketch. I can't remember if they did circles, maybe hearts, I can't remember, but because of the theme of the triangles, I just did little dashes in the triangles, some upside down and some right side up. Is there an upside down for a triangle? I'm not really sure, but maybe a right angle. I don't know. Did them in different orientations. So, and then did them on both sides on the biggest photo. That was fun. I would love to doodle more on my layouts. I would say that my layouts are not real formal pages usually and more fun. I definitely could be doodling more, but again, I could be using stamps more on my layouts too. So you can't do everything on every layout, but it's fun to try to use prompts too to use different items such as doodling or stamps on your layouts. There's a whole bunch more than that. I've got lists of things that I could be doing um, that are fun. I cut out some of the same red pieces of paper. I cut that out of my scraps. And then these are for journaling spaces. So just three lines that we can use for journaling. And then I cover up my photos and I use black soot distress oxide to get some splatters on the page. And that's really about it. I want to thank everyone for watching today. Thank you for all your kind comments. Please, I welcome any questions you might have. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And then make sure to check below of everyone that is playing along with these 3 different layouts and have a fabulous day.